Hey guys, this is a multi-character ex-listener. I hope you enjoy. This is actually a Halloween special, so enjoy. I have warning for this one. All the characters in this are villains, and it contains scenarios of kidnapping. So I'm sorry if you're uncomfortable with that. And yeah, enjoy the video. When you slowly open your eyes, you want to see the room around you, and then you try to move your hands tied up. You had chains restraining your hands behind your back. The room was dark. There was a bed beside you, and you were sitting in a chair. There also was a camera expecting the room. You thought to yourself, where am I? My head hurts. What happened? Your last memory is that you were going to a grocery store, and then when you came out of it, suddenly it all was a blur. You didn't understand. How did you get here? Suddenly, someone opened the door that was in front of you. It was a green haired man. He had freckles. He was actually quite adorable, in your opinion, but you didn't understand what was happening. He looked at you with a pleased look on his face and said, "Oh my god, I finally get to talk to you. Ah, you're so precious and more pretty in person." You were confused and asked, "Where am I? Who are you?" Your voice sounded more scared than you intended to. You were trying to talk more seriously, but you couldn't. You were too scared. "Oh, calm down, Joel. I'm Izuku Midoriya. You can call me Izuku or Deku, wherever you like the most." You were so confused. And then he continued. "Well, I brought you to my house actually. I've been spying you for a while. May say stalking you, but that's a term I don't want to use. You were just so pretty and so smart. And I couldn't help myself." You were so confused what was happening, but thoroughly terrified. The person had a psychotic look on his face, and you were seriously scared. "Can I go home, please? My family's waiting for me." His face turned to please to angry in a second. He said, "Doll, I don't think you get it. You're gonna stay here with me forever, and you can't escape. We're in the middle of nowhere. Isn't that wonderful, my darling? We are here together alone. Everything will be fine." He proceeded to calmly touch your hair and then continued. "Well, doll, I hope you like your room. I will be bringing you more stuff like teddy bears and stuffed animals, whatever you like. Also flowers. What's your favorite flower?" This was so terrifying. You could admit he was cute. If you had met him in normal circumstances like at a cafe or at the store or anywhere, you would actually had gone on a date with him or date him. But in these circumstances, your mind was so terrified that you couldn't process anything. "Please let me go home. I'm begging you, please. I will not tell anyone what you're doing. So please just let me go home." He gave you a chuckle and said, "Darling, I already told you. You're mine and only mine. You cannot go anywhere. I hope you understand that." You stay quiet for a second and ask, "Why me?" He looked at you with a confused look and said, "Why you?" You nodded. He continued, "Well, I haven't seen you for a while. The first time I saw you was when you were getting out of the university. You go to medical school, right? So I instantly fell in love with you. I don't know, it was like love at first sight. This usually doesn't happen to me, but with you was different. When you were going out of the university, a kid fell in front of it, and you kindly picked him up and helped him with his bruises. I thought you were so gentle and kind, and you were obviously so stunning. It was like hypnotizing, like a poison love. I don't know." At this point, you couldn't explain your emotions. You remember that kid. It was 6 months ago. 6 months ago, you had helped a kid that had fell off plane and was just in front of the place you went to the university to. We were terrified. This person has been stalking me for 6 months. You look at him again and said, "So, you haven't watched me for over 6 months. I don't know what to say." He chuckled. "Don't say anything at all. Just let's live a happy life here, and everything will be fine." Running, you just thought, "I need to run faster. I need to get out of here. I need to escape." The past 5 months, you have been trapped in this house in the middle of nowhere. Really, you were in the middle of a forest. You didn't know in which country you were, in which city, and if you were still in Japan. You were just so confused. 5 months ago, Katsuki Bakugou, or better said, Ground Zero, one of the most dangerous villains, had kidnapped you because he said he was in love with you. You were so confused at first, but he had kept you there. He didn't treat you bad, only when he got angry. His temper was the worst you could imagine, so you needed to escape. Tonight, you acted like normally. You acted nice, kindly, trying not to get him angry. He said he had to go to a mission, and if you did something, he surely will not be happy. Well, you took this opportunity to escape. You broke one of the windows of your room with a chair. It took a lot of effort since you could break the glass, but the windows had a special metal bars covering them. It took you like 2 hours to get rid of those. You cursed. "If I wasn't quirkless, this would have been much easier." But suddenly, when you managed to break them, you heard someone pull over a car. Katsuki was back. You slowly get out of the window and started running to the forest as fast as you could. And now, you could hear explosions, he found out. You heard a loud scream. "You won!" He was angry. You tried to find a way to go back to a main road, a city, a village. You didn't know. Whatever thing there was with people, you will be fine. You came close to this rock that was in the middle of the forest, and you leaned back a moment. You needed a breath. You haven't been exercising that much, and since you were quirkless, you never thought of working out because you work at a local bakery. Suddenly, you felt someone grab your wrist and pull you closer to them. You were laying into their chest. When you look up, Katsuki Bakugou. "Damn it, Yuan. You're crazy or something. Do you want to get killed?" You were terrified. He had this crazy look in his eyes, and his anger was truly noticeable. You said, "I'm sorry, Katsuki. I promise I will do it again. Please, please don't do anything." He let out a sigh. "I would never do anything to you." But he grasped your wrist stronger. "Do you do anything like that, and I will not hesitate on hurt someone you love. Got it, Juan?" You quickly nodded, like meaningly. He then pulled you into the house and seated you on the dining room. He said, "Even though you don't deserve it, I brought you your favorite food of that food place you liked. I don't like the food very much, but I still got it for you." You were surprised. He was nice, yes, but you thought he would probably kill you for trying to escape. He served you the food in front of you and said, "I'll give you 10 minutes to eat. Eat the most you can, then you're going back to your room." You nodded and started eating. How did your life end up like this? You remember the first time you met him. You didn't know he was the villain, Ground Zero, at that moment. You were working at the bakery, serving some tea, coffee, and sweets to the people that ordered, and then he entered. He said, "1 black coffee." You all nodded, and he sat on a table, and then you gave it to him. You noticed how the whole time he was drinking his coffee, he was staring at you. And 5 months later, you were here, at his house, in the middle of nowhere. You had to admit, he was handsome, obviously, but if you had met him in normal circumstances, probably would have dated him, unless if he wasn't a villain. But what you could do, you were stuck here, that your entire life. Silence, it was all you heard. Silence. It was terrifying. You knew you were sitting on a chair in a room with no sounds, and you were blindfolded. Your hands were tied with a rope, and you couldn't move. The only thing in the room that was sounding it was your breathing, your heavy breathing. You had been like this over an hour. Your first reaction was to scream, but no one came. Now you're just silent. Suddenly, you felt someone unlocking the door. Your body tensed at the sound of a voice. Hello, my darling. How are you? You didn't recognize this voice. It was a total mystery to you. He asked again, Darling, are you okay? Answer me. You didn't speak. You refused to speak. Terrified, he continued again. Darling, speak. I don't want to do anything drastic to you. You let a sigh. Hello? Who are you? Your voice was shaky, scared, terrified, confused. All those emotions. He chuckled. The name is Todoroki. A pleasure, darling. His voice was calming, but at the same time it had something that scared you. He later chuckled. Well, you're pretty in person. He proceeded to grab your hair and said, I've been watching you for a while, actually. You're charming, but I didn't like the people that were close to you. That was I have to take you here with me, so you can be alone with me, only with me. So your attention can be in me, and not in that boyfriend of yours. He chuckled again. Well, but it's her ex-boyfriend. He got so terrified with the threat I made that he broke up with you. What a coward, leaving a girl like you all alone. But I'm happy he did. You remember that 2 months back, your boyfriend had broken up with you. Because of some reason, he didn't tell you. And now, everything seems pretty clear. You spoke again. Can you take the blindfold off? He sighed. In a moment, darling. I just want to appreciate your beauty sometime more. A few minutes later, he spoke again. Tell me about yourself, Yuan. What do you like? What do you hate? I need to know all that if you're gonna stay with me and marry me one day. You were shocked at the word. Staying with you the rest of your life? Marrying you? I don't even know you, you thought. You proceeded. Will you ever let me go? You felt him tense up. Darling, I'm sorry, but you're the love of my life. The first time I saw you, it was like love at first sight, something I've never felt. Love. What a weird subject, right? It's so weird. Well, let me explain. The first time I saw you, we were at a flower shop, the one you work at. You were so stunning. You looked so beautiful, full of life, energy. You were beautiful to watch. You were taking care of some roses, and I thought you looked so damn beautiful. I couldn't contain myself. I need to continue watching you. Then I figured you have a boyfriend, and I had to turn on him. I didn't kill him. I knew that would be such a shock to you, but the weeks after he broke up with you, I saw you were sad, and I wanted to comfort you so bad, but I couldn't. But now I can, darling, and I will be together forever. You were terrified at those words, together forever. Seconds later, he approached you and took off the blindfold. When you slowly opened your eyes, you saw a tall, handsome man. He was actually very good looking, and you were surprised because of that. He said, Don't worry, darling, we're gonna be okay. Then he proceeded to kiss you. You were terrified, but melted into the kiss. This was gonna be a long time. He saw you again, going back from work. He knew the route you took back, and knew your whole schedule by now. He was, let's say, stalking you, but he didn't want to admit that. But tonight, something happened that he didn't like. This guy was following you. He looked suspicious, for his opinion. Kirishima thought, why is this guy following my baby? He then proceeded to notice you started to walk faster, and the man continued to walk faster, following you. He saw the scared look on your face, and then he took a baseball bat and hit the man on the head. He saw the terrified look on your face, and he said, Oh shit, I messed up. His jealousy took the better of him. Quickly, he ran up to you, and you tried to run away. Thankfully, he had some sedatives with him for emergencies. He injected you with one, and slowly your eyes started to shut close. He thought, great. Then he carried you back to his house. When you guys got there, he sat you on a chair and tied your hands and legs with rope. He thought, she looks so beautiful. Can't wait till my baby wakes up. Like 2 hours later, you awoke, confused. You asked, where am I? What happened? My head hurts. He looked at you. Oh baby, you're finally awake. Did you want something? Do you want something for that headache? I know that sedatives can do bad things to your head. You look up at him and ask, who are you? Where am I? He let out a grin. I'm Kirishima. And yeah, you're my house. Do you want something for the headache? You agreed. He gave you some pills and you swallowed them. But you didn't know why to do that. It was risky. You were tied up at this person's house and you didn't know anything. Then he proceeded to speak. Well, as I told you, I'm Kirishima. I've been watching you for a while. You're quite beautiful, my darling. And actually, this didn't meant to happen tonight. My plan of kidnapping you was about 3 months from now when I got the house bigger than this one. But this guy was following you and he seemed like a creep, so I kinda hit him in the head. And then, because you saw, I had to take you with me. I'm so sorry. You look at him with horror in your face and ask, what? He then chuckled. Forget about baby. We're gonna have a great life together, I promise. He gave you a smile, but his eyes looked psychotic. You were terrified. Who was this guy? Why was he doing this? And were you alive to see your family again? All those questions drew to your head, and you asked, are you gonna hurt me? He chuckled. No, I will never hurt my baby. I love you too much for that. We're gonna stay here forever. These words actually terrified you. This man was crazy or what? But then he proceeded to give you a hug and said, if you act nicely, one day I will untie you, okay? You nodded. Well, this was the beginning of your new life.